Zeus Nodes. All right. You all have been asking for it. You've been wanting me to do another follow-up video because a lot has happened since the last time I covered Zeus Nodes. So let's just dive right into this. All right, folks. So we're over here at Zeus Node Finance. So look, there's a total of 34,000 nodes. And I got 15 nodes. I started with about 5. I think I bought in when it was at around $15. Obviously the price has come down quite a bit, but I've just done nothing but compounding, earning 0.5 Zeus tokens per day. You can compound up pretty quickly. This is the node that I have. I only have, right? I only have this one here, the Zeus, right? When I got in, it was 10 Zeus for the node. And they've bumped it up to 30, but they have had times over the last couple of weeks where they've dropped it down to 10 during some migration stuff that happened, which I do kind of want to talk about a little bit. But as you can see, with earning 0.5 Zeus per day, yeah, it's not going to take you that long even to get to the 30. For me, it was the 10. So it was just, I was able to really compound up quickly. Now, I will say this. I think that the 0.5 may not, I don't know how sustainable that is long term. They did introduce a new tax structure, which I actually was in favor of, and which we'll go over here. All right, so basically the way the tax structure works, I'm sure you guys are obviously all aware, is right now, if I were to claim any of my rewards, because right now I have 72 Zeus rewards. And if I were to claim those right now, I'd be paying a 50% tax rate. So I have no desire to do that. If I wait, they give you a timer. After it's, I believe, 30 days or 29 days, you only pay 20% tax claim. And it gives you this kind of countdown, right? So I got 20 days for all of these because I had been compounding. So anytime you compound your rewards, it auto sets back and you have to wait 30 days to then take advantage of the lower tax. Now, you may be asking, why am I not compounding right now? Well, I don't know. I'm holding off at the moment, and I'll kind of get into that a little bit. So if we go over to price chart, not looking good. Not looking good. I think that the last time we had kind of talked, I want to say the price was somewhere up in the 20s, right? And I had said, like, listen, I'm fine with this coming back down to about like 10, right? And then hopefully with the idea of it being like a little channel in here, right? That we stay in, because with node projects, yeah, it's great when the price goes to the moon, but that's there's a lot of volatility when that happens. And so to have something, a channeling, along here, like in polar nodes, for example, if you take a look at that chart, it's just kind of been staying in a certain frame. Polar is one of my most successful node projects that I'm in. This has dropped a bit lower than I would have liked. This was kind of my floor area around 9.5, and I was just hoping that 10 was going to be the floor. We're down in some pretty low numbers here, but listen, here's the thing. You got to understand that this is a new project, right? There's what, 34,000 or 30,000 nodes created. There is not a lot of liquidity in this project. And when you have something that is low in liquidity, when you have big sells or big buys for that matter, the price is going to fluctuate, right? And I think I saw in the Discord that there was someone knew of someone that wasn't even creating nodes, but was sort of swing trading just the Zeus token, which makes sense. They knew that it was going to be this, taking advantage of this volatility like this. That's certainly high risk. But they, I think there was a large sell of like 20,000. That's going to affect the price a lot in a new project. So we have the market right now, which has done a pretty big correction, and Bitcoin was down over the weekend. The holidays sometimes, this will happen with with the market and with cryptocurrency, as you see long weekends and sometimes holidays, markets tend to dip. And look, right now, despite popular opinion, I mean, I think we are in a bearish trend overall. I think we're in a bear market with crypto. It could reverse. Some people are saying they think $40,000 Bitcoin is the bottom. I hope, believe me, I hope that is the case. I do think that we might have some more downside before it gets better. And with that means that a lot of these DeFi projects that we're in are going to experience volatility. I mean, there's just no way getting around that. Like what Bitcoin does affects everything. And now I've been in some projects over the last several months, right? Or even going back to like December, where Bitcoin was tanking and the price was just kind of going up, like Thor and Drip back in December were doing really well. So, that's not to say that, Bitcoin could dump down to 30 and then all of a sudden we still get some type of pump, like this. But I think our best bet is that it's not going to go. My biggest hope is that it's not going to go lower than where it is. Could it? Yeah. It could. I'm not going to lie to you. But remember, very low in liquidity. And look, here's the thing. The admins in the Discord for Zeus, what the developers, I should say, actually are focusing on is not so much the investments, but they're focusing on creating utility for the token. And when you have utility for a token, that's what can help create more liquidity. All right. So there was an announcement today. We know there are those of you who are worried with the current price action, but we want to assure you all that we are working diligently to grow Zeus Finance into a protocol that will continue to generate you money for years to come. Well, that sounds nice. With that being said, we have a couple of great updates. We are excited to announce that we have just signed a marketing deal with North Equities to help grow our community. This campaign will last for 2 months, which will help to heavily increase volume for Zeus Finance going forward, while also leaving the door open for further collaboration. This is fantastic. When you think about it, they really haven't put hardly any money into marketing. So, a lot of this has been kind of grassroots in terms of getting this project out there. And, they haven't even been able to focus a whole lot on marketing. And further, for those of you that are in Zeus, know that during the migration process, it got a little messy. Right? Okay, they changed the tax structure. We had to migrate nodes and then it didn't work. And then the new UI, and then we had to migrate them again. And if you were in Discord, you saw that pretty much the entire team was having to focus all of its energy to us as investors, as they should, right? And I'm blown away by them. They're fantastic, but they were having to put all their efforts into us, helping us with that migration because it got confusing. They made some mistakes on their end. We didn't understand things on our end. It was a whole cluster. So they haven't even really been able to focus a whole lot on the project as much as I'm sure they would like, because they've been making sure that the current investors are getting transitioned over correctly. So keep that in mind. This will open our protocol up to different classes of investors as we continue to expand and become a multi-dimensional suite of investment opportunities. I mean, that's great. With all this being said, keep your eyes open for some more exciting updates in the very near future. Guys, they really want to create also, just a utility for the token. As we've seen that when it comes to node projects and a lot of this DeFi stuff, if there's not utility, the chances of it lasting are not great, right? We look at Strong and Thor, they've been, having to scramble to, they realize that it can't just be about the investments, right? That there has to be some type of utility to the token. And a lot of that is about providing liquidity to a project. When you don't have liquidity, it really affects the price. So keep that in mind. And then, earlier this week, they did talk about, they have an AVAX node validator. They've announced that they have a AVAX node validator that's just gone live. This is a chance, if you want to stake, they've staked 20,000 AVAX from the treasury as shown in the picture below, which they have. And aside from getting the 188 AVAX return we will receive from staking, this AVAX through the node validator will also gain a percentage that we set, no lower than 2%, for all delegations connected to our validator. So if you want to stake AVAX, you can now do it through their validator, and people want to stake AVAX. This could potentially help provide, additional revenue and just create more opportunity for people to get involved in Zeus, even if they're not actually creating a node. So back to me in terms of what I'm planning to do. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Look, I'm looking to get ROI on this thing, right? I compounded and compounded like crazy, took 5 notes, took it up to 15. And, right now I have 73 or 72 Zeus tokens, earning, I'm getting like 7. So I'm getting 7.5 Zeus a day with 20 more days. That should get me 150 Zeus tokens, plus the 72 there. We're looking at 222 Zeus. That's about what, $1,400. I think I put about 1,000 into this, and I had taken out 200, but that was during the migration when there was a mistake. So look, once I'm going to ROI from this, and I can't tell you what to do. This is not financial advice. This is just what I'm thinking. If the price continues to go lower, I may decide to just compound like crazy. Okay. So if we start seeing like $3 and $2, to me, I don't know if it's worth it to just claim. I'll probably go to compounding. So listen, if you got anything out of this, if you have any questions, please first hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment with your question. I'd love to hear from you. Not financial advice. I hope you got something from this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.